I can't wait for election season to be over. Just a couple more weeks, and I can turn on my screens and not be bombarded on every occasion by some political party, some political candidate, bashing, lying, attacking, pushing doom and gloom and telling us how bad things are, promoting their agenda above all others, just deceiving us and lying to us and hiding truth and disguising truth and telling lies. The whole thing, the whole process is such, it's just so toxic sometimes. Now, I love America, okay? I think it's the greatest country in the world. I think we have the best process in the world. I love being a New Mexican. I think our state is awesome, and I think we have a lot to offer. However, during this season of election, the whole election process, it is very easy to become discouraged, depressed, live in despair and discouragement, to get angry, to be frustrated, to join in the attacks. It's very, very easy to fall into this toxic waste and be infected. And so during this week, I want to help me in these Devos, and maybe in turn help you avoid this election infection. I want us to avoid being angry and frustrated and depressed and just living in despair and being deceived by all of the lies. So how do we, as Jesus followers, avoid just stepping into the whole political mess and not getting that toxic waste all over us? How do we influence and lead people and be an example for Jesus in this season of politics first, politics first? Well, I want to just say to you this week that what we're going to look at is how to put your faith before your politics. How to make sure your faith is first and your politics is somewhere else way down the line. And I don't mean, just using words. We would all say, well, of course my faith is before my politics. But I suspect if you're like me, nothing has made you more angry in the last few weeks than some political thing, not a faith thing. Are we more angry at the poverty of the people around us and want to do something in the name of Jesus, or are we angry that so-and-so's candidate is leading? I think the things we get angry about really reveal the things we care about. And so let's learn to put our faith before our politics and to filter our politics through our faith, not the other way around. Not let the politics, our political candidates and parties, be the filter. It can never be the filter for a Jesus follower. Your faith has to be. One day, a really smart, influential, powerful group of people approached Jesus and said, okay, Jesus, what's the most important thing in life? And Jesus said, well, there's two that are the most important things. One, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. And the second is equal to it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Now, you've probably heard that verse. If you've ever been to our church, it's plastered on our walls. It's called the Great Commandment. And it's really, for me, the place to start. And it's the verse to remember when I want to make sure my faith is before my politics. I suspect if you asked any politician running for office in a public setting, hey, do you love God? I bet most of them would say, oh, of course I do, sure I do. Because that first one, love the Lord your God, is a very internal thing. Anybody can say that they love God. It is so easy to just say it. Yep, I love God, because it's an internal thing and nobody can prove that I don't. That's why Jesus said the second commandment is equally as important, because it is an external thing. The way you prove that you love God is that you love people, not just people like you, and not just people in your party, and not just people who think and believe like you, but people, all people, people that are different than you, people that believe different than you. Jesus said the way you really prove that you love God is you act like and you act it out in loving people, caring for people, putting people before politics. So this week, we're going to learn some very practical things that we can do to avoid election infection. Maybe this week will just be for me and you can tune out and find something else to do during this 4 minutes of your life. However, let us be Jesus followers who are committed to putting faith before politics and measuring everything through our faith. And let us be people who not only say we love God, but we prove it by loving the people around us today. That's really the cure for all the things that the politicians want to fix. It's loving people, and it starts with us as Jesus followers, because that's our goal. See ya.